I'm going to be changing the battery in this Astro Physics keypad. The one that you see right there in the center. And I've already got the keypad apart. This is the battery as it comes from Astro Physics. And when you take it apart, this is the back side. When you take it apart, you're going to get 6 screws. I've already taken them apart. You want to be careful. You've got these little nylon tipped, or little nylon washers that are in there. When you take it apart, you want to make sure that they don't come off. I just push them down, because you need those spacers. Then this is going to be the actual readout, which unplugs. Got to be real careful when you unplug that. And this, of course, is the cable, power cable, to connect it to your CP3 or CP4. And that cable plugs into here. And then this is the cable that we're going to pull off the connector that goes to that battery. Now I used a number 0 Phillips screwdriver to take apart the back side. Just want a real small one. So the first thing I'm going to do here, you want to be careful of these fiber optic cables. I'm going to take a 1/32 inch flat blade screwdriver and just get up underneath and just lift up like that, just to get it out of its anchor point. I have not disconnected that battery. I was told by Astro Physics, you know, there's a little bit of power in here, but you don't want to leave that unplugged for a long time, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now. So this is the battery that's going to be going in to replace the one that's in there. And this is what the connector looks like. Now what I've done, just for the hell of it, is I've taken the new battery, placed it inside the unit, and put the lead underneath the fiber optic cables, so that when I pull the connector, I'm going to immediately plug this one in and then pull the old battery out. Okay, well that was kind of hard to get your hands in there, but I got it. Now I'm just going to leave that like that. I'm not going to do too much screwing around with it. I'm not going to... They have a place here where you can put it underneath here. It's kind of hard to get to. I think I'm just going to leave well enough alone and leave it over here The wires, I don't see where they're going to get caught into anything when I put it back together. They are underneath the fiber optics, so I think I'll be okay. So I've plugged the readout screen into the connector. It goes in very easy. Didn't have any issues with that. Next, I took the cable plug, put it in here where it fits in, and then you just plug it in right here up front. Alright, the next thing you want to do when you're putting the back on, you've got to take the speaker connector and plug it in. So there it's plugged in right there. So then you want to carefully make sure that all these screws go down through the digital readout, those holes in that board, and then you want to make sure that the cord retention thing here is in the back properly, and then you just push it down, don't force anything, and once it all fits down, then you're ready to screw the back down. So what I'm going to do is just lightly push down on the back. And I'm going to start all of them, but I won't finish them. I'll just make sure they all start properly. Then once they're all started like that, then I'll just go ahead and tighten them all down completely. So now that that's done, the next thing to do is to put on the outside rubber protector. So you just fish it through like that. And there it is, back together. So the only two tools that I actually used was the number 0 Phillips and a 1/32 flat blade. And I used that flat blade to pry the battery out. So of course the next step is to make sure that the battery was connected, everything went back together, again everything reads. So we are in luck. There it is at the initialization screen here. So not a hard job at all. I think the biggest thing is just getting your fingers in there for me, just in pulling things and just being real careful with those fiber optic cords. You don't want to screw those up. But other than that, it went very, very nice.